So following England's 0-0 game against Slovenia that saw them top Group C and qualify out of the group stages, we're going to check out how the English players were rated in their game against Slovenia. We'll also hear from Kobbie Mainoo what he has to say after coming on as a substitute in the match. He also spoke about Cole Palmer's performance in the game. So we'll hear from Kobbie Mainoo and look at the player ratings of the English national team right here on Sports Update Ghana. Before we get into it, please subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So let's get right into it. So English head coach, that is Gareth Southgate, put up a starting lineup that was somehow fit for purpose in the game against Slovenia. Well, the game ended 0-0 with England getting their second stalemate at this year's Euros. After beating Serbia in their first game, England has gone on to draw their last two games. They drew 1-1 against Denmark, then now they drew 0-0 against Slovenia to top Group C and go out of the group stages and make it to the knockout phases. Now, let's look at how the English national team performed in this game against Slovenia. So starting off with goalkeeper Jordan Pickford. Yes, we are using Sky Sports rating for this particular one. Well, Jordan Pickford was rated 6 by Sky Sports, and this was why. Well, Jordan Pickford only had one save to make. Can be assured of being busier as the tournament progresses, but swept up very well enough. So that's why Jordan Pickford was handed a rating of 6/10. Now, to the defense, Kyle Walker. Yes, Walker plays the role of covering defender, utilizing the electric pace, which really well. Walker plays the role of covering defender, utilizing his electric pace really well, which was needed in the opening exchanges. Walker got more to give going forward and will undoubtedly be tested with greater frequency in the knockout phase. So that is what Sky Sports is saying after rating Kyle Walker 6 for his performance against Slovenia. Now, another Man City player, that is John Stones, was rated 6/10 for his performance in the game, and this was due to his positive performance in England's game against Slovenia. England have only conceded 1.13 goals all tournament. The pragmatic is still waiting for the step out of defense. Stones will So this was why John Stones was rated 6/10 for his performance in England's game against Slovenia. Now, for John Stones, since he has been in the defense for the English national team, they've conceded the less goals. At this tournament, England has conceded 1 goal out of 3 matches so far, and John Stones is doing that very calmly, and there is more he has to offer the English national team. But at the meantime, his performance has been somehow okay, and that is why he gets a 6/10 rating for England's performance in the game against Slovenia. Now, his other compatriot, Maguire, was rated 7/10 ahead of John Stones. So why was Maguire rated ahead of John Stones? Well, this is why. According to Sky Sports, Gueye was solid. Questions were asked of his positional intelligence a few times in the first half, and he passed with flying colors. Front foot forward. Any signs of a flap on his major tournament debut? No, not yet. Albeit he did pick up a yellow card following a rare mix-up with Stone. So yes, that is why Gueye gets a 7 rating ahead of John Stones and other players. Kieran Trippier was also rated 6/10 for his performance in the game. Well, this was why Trippier was rated 6/10. Trippier got booked for an early foul and was caught upfield on a few occasions, much brighter on the ball, teasing a particularly good cross from the left towards Kane first half, and linked productively with Foden in fleeting moments. So that's why Trippier was rated 6/10. Now let's go to the midfield. Yes, the midfield had Arsenal midfielder, that is Declan Rice, and in his performance against the Slovenians, well, he was rated 6/10, and this is why. Well, when it comes to fluency in midfield, Declan Rice remains a problem, and there we say it. Rice is missing his mates. No one is suggesting Calvin Phillips was in any condition to feature at this tournament, but familiarity or lack of is a major problem for England. No connections, no creativity, and that was what Declan Rice brought to this game. As Gary Neville summarized during the ITV first half performance analysis, England look basic and ideas are lacking most in the middle third of the pitch. Did improve as the game went on. So that is how Declan Rice performed. He did improve as the game went on, but it seems that Declan Rice is missing a good partner, and I think he can form a good partnership with Kobbie Mainoo if Kobbie Mainoo gets to start games. Now, Conor Gallagher, he was the partner in midfield for Declan Rice in the game, and Conor Gallagher, oh my word, I don't know why Gareth Southgate decided to start him in this game. He got a 5/10 for his performance in the game. Conor Gallagher was sloppy. He lost the ball more times than he retained it, but was at least aggressive and combative out of possession. Hooked at halftime does not exactly scream positively though. So yes, Conor Gallagher getting substituted at halftime definitely tells you that his performance was below par. Now, Jude Bellingham, the former Dortmund player who now plies his trade with Real Madrid and a current Champions League winner, was rated 6/10 for his performance in the game, and this is why. Well, Bellingham was untidy in possession and failed for the most part of the game. He failed to recover his ball composure. Anonymous after halftime would like the Real Madrid Jude Bellingham to arrive in Germany, please. Yes, so that is what Sky Sports is saying. Now, Bukayo Saka, the Arsenal star boy, he was typically energetic, wanted the ball and was positive with it, perhaps lacking in an end product, but remains one of England's brighter sparks at this particular tournament. So Bukayo Saka was rated 7/10 for his performance in the game, and I think Bukayo Saka has more to offer, but it's not with a few things that he has to really work on to improve his game. And in the knockout phase, the English fans want to see more of Bukayo Saka. Now, Harry Kane, yes, the Bayern Munich striker, was rated 6/10 for his performance in this game. Why? Well, the English captain's first touch inside the box came in the 28th minute, but he lost the ball. 6 more followed, none managed to make an impact. Plenty of huff and puff, but questions will remain over the captain's fitness following another indifferent display. England have generated the 4th worst combined goal ratings of 2.26, expected goal ratings of 2.26 of any team at the tournament. For me, I'm not a big fan of Harry Kane, and I think that England has to work on getting a particular striker. Charlie, England has a lot of strikers, so why are you over-reliant on Harry Kane? Me, as a Manchester United fan, as a player, as a fan who watches the game, I've seen several strikers, and Harry Kane is not it for me. People say he's a typical out-and-out striker and all that, but Harry Kane, English fans, forgive me, nah, we've seen the likes of Wayne Rooney and all, so why Harry Kane? Move on from Harry Kane. Now, Phil Foden, 7/10 for his performance in the game, as Sky Sports will put it. Well, Foden was willing to run behind, with Kane dropping ever deeper to link play. A bit of quick movement and ingenuity nearly produced the opening goal, which Saka rounded off before the offside flag was raised. By far, England's most dynamic attacking threat in attack for the English national team. That is why Phil Foden has been rated 7/10 for his performance. Now, let's move on to the substitutes. Yes, we saw the likes of Kobbie Mainoo, Cole Palmer, Trent Alexander-Arnold, as well as Anthony Gordon coming on as substitutes in the game. Now, let's start off with Kobbie Mainoo. Kobbie Mainoo came on as a substitute in the 45th minute, replacing Conor Gallagher. Well, according to Sky Sports, Kobbie Mainoo was confident. He tried to change the pace of England's passing to good effect. He was ready to run, happy to receive the ball in tight areas and look to play forward. Now, Kobbie Mainoo improved midfield balance for England and got to be in what a shout of starting in the last 16 game this weekend. So that means that a number of fans are looking forward to see Kobbie Mainoo start the game this weekend for England in the round of 16 stage at the 2024 Euros. He gets a rating of 7 despite coming on to play just 45 minutes of action. Now, Cole Palmer also came on to play as a substitute, replacing Bukayo Saka in the game. Well, he was rated 7 for his performance in the game. That is why people think that Saka must start on the bench. But I think England has sport for choices in this kind of positions. Now, Cole Palmer, after being rated 7, this is why. Well, Cole Palmer was positive, direct, and gave England's flank a different dimension. Shot in stoppage time, lacked conviction, but at least he was well placed and took it. His unpredictability in the game was very best way for England in the game, and I like how he flowed with Kobbie Mainoo, the one-touch passes that he came on with. That is what we love to see in matches. Now, Trent Alexander-Arnold came on for Trippier, but he wasn't rated well for Alexander-Arnold. Well, the midfield experiment is over, and we all think that, well, we can see what Kobbie Mainoo can do with Declan Rice. So Alexander-Arnold spent the final 6 minutes of the game as a fullback, as we always like to see him play at Liverpool. Then Anthony Gordon, yes, he's also not rated by Sky Sports, but despite coming on at the 89th minute, Gordon created more chances, one than Bukayo Saka, as well as Gallagher and even Bellingham combined. The three of them created 0 chances for England in this game, and that is why Anthony Gordon needs to get more game time for the English national team. So these are the player ratings of the English national team against Slovenia. For Gareth Southgate, I'll give him 4/10. Gareth Southgate is not doing very well at all. I think that Southgate has to improve as a coach. He's been at the helm for God knows a long time. Even I'm sure children born right now in England will think that the English national team belongs to Southgate. But after this game, I think if England doesn't win it, Southgate has to go. Immediately England gets knocked out, we should get a dismissal 1 hour after, because Southgate has been at the helm for a long time. He has good players at his disposal, but what does he make of it? Well, after the game against Slovenia, well, Kobbie Mainoo was asked about his performance in the game and also asked how he thinks Cole Palmer performed in this game, and this is what Kobbie Mainoo had to say.
Cole Palmer comes on as well, makes an impression. It may be that you guys now are going to have a role to play, a big role to play.
Yeah, me and Cole, we're ready for whenever we're called upon, like the rest of the lads are. You know, we train hard, and then in the games when we get our chances, we try and impress, so we can start and we can help the team as much as possible.
It sounds like you were itching to get on.
Yeah, I mean, I love football, I love playing, so anyone who's on the bench wants to come on the pitch.
Slovenia sat deep. They know that the 0-0 draw is going to suit them. Was that also clearly a barrier that you had to get through?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they sat deep and they were a good side on the ball, to be fair to them. But you know, I feel like we have the quality to break these teams down. As the level gets higher in the next rounds, I feel like we can get to them levels with them.
And a word on Cole when he came on. Big moment for him. First taste of tournament football.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows he's electric, and we've seen in the Premier League what he can do, and you know, he's continuing that, and I'm sure he'll continue to do in the next rounds as well.
How's he been in training?
Yeah, one of the best in training every day. You know, he never lets off the gas. He's always trying to score goals, always trying to get better, and like the rest of the lads are as well. So that's what we need.
So that is Kobbie Mainoo over there saying that he's ready to play for England and enjoys playing football and will be ever ready to play as a starting role if England head coach, that is Gareth Southgate, allows him to start. So what do you make of Kobbie Mainoo and his performance and his player ratings, as well as what he said in his post-match interview? Share your thoughts in the comment section. My name is Joseph Adamafi, and until then, I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.